What is that? No idea what that is. Good morning. Here she is, Canon R5 Mark II. I wanted to unbox this wonderful piece of equipment with you together, as I've done a couple of reviews on my expectations of what they announced in the rumors. And I hope this camera really is what I'm hoping for, because I want to replace a couple of other cameras and get rid of other cameras in order to have my equipment a bit smaller, leaner, not having too many choices. And as I was never too happy about the video capabilities of the R5, that's why I have this camera that I'm shooting right now on. I hope the R5 Mark II covers that, and that the RAW with C-Log 2 is as good as I want it to be, and especially also the autofocus in the R5 Mark I wasn't as good in video as I wanted it to be. So I hope this will all be covered by the R5 Mark II. Special shout out to my photo shop here, Fotoküche, for getting me one of the first ones here in Austria. Yeah, this is it. Right off the bat, box is not really special. I think it's a little smaller. Looks like this. Plastic manual, kind of nice packaging right there. Charger. This will not be used, as I have a 4-way charger that charges 4 camera batteries at the same time, which is the best thing that I've invested, I think, in 2024. One of the bigger things that changes in the R5 Mark II is the batteries. The batteries are now called LPE6P. So here they are, look exactly the same way, but they have this little stripe here. Apparently, in order to shoot RAW and I think 8K 60, you especially need this type of battery, otherwise the camera just wouldn't work. So I will try this with my older Canon batteries and also with some third-party options, and I will report back. The strap, no design change. Maybe Canon do something different once in a while on here. This goes off. Here is, I think, only a cable. It's a USB-C. What? USB-C to USB-C cable. It's nice that they included it. It's even specially Canon branded, so I never mind that. I think that's really cool. Thanks, Canon, for that. Here is... Oh. What is that? No idea what that is, but maybe some cable to run some cables through. This is probably the cable for the charger. Yep, don't need that. And here we go to the special thing itself. And here we go. This is the camera. Ooh, isn't it always nice to have a new camera? I'm gonna come a little closer. Right off the bat, it really feels very similar. What is really cool already is the bigger, the bigger viewfinder here. It's not more resolution per se, but it is a bigger viewfinder, which I actually really love, especially on a day like it is today, where it's super bright outside and you cannot see basically anything. Joystick here is different to the R5. Definitely don't mind the initial feel of that, but as it is rounded, maybe I don't like it as much, but we'll see that. The buttons feel well. This is still plastic. Come on, Canon. This could be like magnesium, like this. Those gears, they feel all nice, they feel all the same, but Canon made this like magnesium. I don't know why they did the switch on photo and video. I have it on one button dialed like here. It's much quicker. Turn on, turn off came to appear, which is cool. You can lock it. Don't mind that, but will maybe lead to confusion. The new hot shoe up here with the hopefully nice accessories coming up, like microphones. This feels a bit more, no, still not 90 degrees, but that was expected. So yeah, that is the stacked sensor, it's obviously blocked. I will prop a camera in this. What I actually like is that this is like slightly rounded up here. It's a bit of a take on design. And other than that, it looks great. So I will give it a go, as there are a couple of different settings that you can do. Really feels like very familiar. So I'm very happy with that. And I will report back on how we go, and maybe gonna go out and shoot a couple of test videos, especially right now. So let's see.
I really don't know how well you hear me. I'm next to the fountain here. I'm gonna try to do some shots, some video shots in raw LT and check how I like the picture profile. So I will be walking around here through the city of Salzburg. Quite fascinating. I'm trying here to see how fast the autofocus is, and it catches on even in dark spots and even catching people's back of the head. So I'm very happy with that. What I just realized on the R5 Mark II is when you go into the electronic shutter mode, and it gives you 14-bit of image depth, and you can go up to 1/32,000 in shutter speed, which is actually insane because previously you can go in 8,000s, and I don't know when I'm gonna need it, but I just tried it out on a really bright day like today, and shooting on 1.2 in brightest daylight on ISO 100 is actually pretty cool. So awesome. I will give it some more shots around here and see what I can get, and then be back and hopefully be happy. Okay, so I'm finishing up my first impressions video here on the next day in the studio. I was very happy to see what Canon did with the R5 Mark II when it comes to the video and some photo capabilities, especially the 1/32,000 is fun to use. Don't know still when I'm going to use it, but it's fun. The video capabilities are great. The autofocus is way better. I would love to spend more time on color grading everything. I shot everything with the RF50 lens with a matte box that I'm also using here. The matte box from Polar Pro with a Pro Mist filter on it. It's the Peter McKinnon special thingy, so you know how the colors come together. What I want to say is that the menu is quite different to the R5 Mark I. Obviously, it has a lot more capabilities, especially when it comes to autofocus, the predictive AF, and the people registering. And I'm super happy with that. I'm also already in love with the on and off button that is here compared to here, because I can hold it with one hand and turn it on and off how I want it. Those are minor things, but that's what I'm looking for when it comes to muscle memory and making my life easier and being a bit quicker with all of my gear. And one thing that I ran into an issue was that I wanted to try one of the cinema lenses that I own, which is a DCO film, Vespia prime lens 35mm. It didn't recognize it, the camera didn't recognize it, couldn't press the shutter button, the record button, whatever. There's probably one little menu item that I just have to click, but it didn't work. We'll report back when this is up. I'm looking forward to comparing the R5 Mark I to the Mark II when it comes to weddings, because I will shoot one camera this, one camera that, so I can compare the pictures, the autofocus, etc., and we'll report back on any major differences. But yeah, I love what Canon has done. They listened to most of the things that I wanted in it. Maybe this is the next camera for the next couple of decades, and I think this beast can be even better with even more firmware updates. Also enjoyed shooting in 200 frames in 2K, which is great, and also the normal codec that they use on the 10-bit without the RAW works great, especially also on my MacBook M1, which is now considered an old one because I think it's 4 years old, and it still works. The file sizes are great, not that big how they used to be, especially not big as the 8K RAW files that came out of the first R5 Mark I. But yeah, Canon, well done. Thanks for that. See you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.